Stop crying over him, because it's not him that you should be worried about. It's the fact that you lost yourself in the process that you should be crying over. Because let me guess, you took away from yourself in order to accommodate him because you were so concerned with keeping him that you lost yourself in the process.
Bruh.
Yeah. I've noticed this happen so many times, and it's always the charming guys that get you to walk away from yourself in order to keep them accommodated, because the way they psychologically trick you. And I've seen this happen at work way too many times. Guys, I'm a stripper. I've been a stripper for the last 6 years, and I've seen male dynamics happen, and I don't want you to repeat the process. I want you to notice it for what it is and walk away from it, because a lot of people notice these dynamics when it's too late.
And
I've not actually got a script for this, so we're gonna just roll with it. Let me give you one strip club story to cement this interview. The way strip clubs work is, us strippers, we approach the guys and we hassle them or speak to them. We try to form some sort of a connection in order to get them to spend money on us and take us to VIP or tip us for talking to them. My style, obviously you adapt your style depending on who you're talking to on purpose so that you earn more money, of course. But I have a very specific type of customers that I enjoy having, and my style of hustle attracts those customers, and I purposely put it in place in order to find the right customers who tend to make me feel at ease, make me feel looked after, make me feel respected, and spend a shitload of money on me.
Damn, girl.
And I know this because, like I say, I've done this for 6 years. I've figured this out. This one guy said, charming, confident, talkative man. He's like, you don't have to take my advice, but let me tell you something. I think you can earn a lot more money if you're going to be more cheeky and more sexual.
Where's the decorum?
the morals.
Decorum.
But you
Now, I could have listened to his advice because that's what he wanted from me. But that would require me to abandon myself in order to accommodate his potential needs. And when you do that, you walk away from yourself and your boundaries, which actually keep you safe, just like as they do in my job. Because little does that man know, that might be something that he might want. However, when as a stripper, if I am being more cheeky and sexually forward, it attracts more sexually aggressive men.
Brother,
I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to have that. So I don't hustle in that specific way in order to avoid being aligned with those kind of men. Now, if I had walked away from myself in order to accommodate him, because I get it, this is probably why you did what you did with your relationship, right? Because he's charming, he's confident, he makes you feel at ease, he looks after you, he has some of those masculine qualities. But what's the price that you pay for it? What is the price that you've paid for it? You've walked away from yourself. When you abandon yourself, it means that you prioritize connection over having and holding you, because at some point, childhood trauma potentially, you were taught that walking away from yourself means that you get to hold people. And the way we choose partners as adults is you actually get attracted to something that mimics both good and bad traits of your caregivers. When you see someone asking you to abandon yourself, to you, that is attractive because it reminds you of childhood and it re-triggers those same psychological patterns that you had, and now you're trying to fix it through your adult relationships. Yeah, it's not comfortable. I know, it's not comfortable. I'm sorry. I hate it too. I hate it here. I do. But the good news is that it's just your brain creating this pattern, and you can change the pattern. And the way you change the pattern is by reacting differently to the same kinds of situations, so that your nervous system learns a different kind of response and a different kind of emotional trigger to the same situation, which means that you need to prioritize your boundaries and not walk away from yourself no matter the situation. No matter how special the connection is, no matter what you think of that person, what do you need first? And you might be at a point where you don't even know how to ask yourself those questions anymore, and you are struggling to recognize what you need in those moments because you've let it get too far. You kept abandoning yourself, and the abandonment has become the new normal for you. That's okay. My answer to solve your issue, babe, is to journal and reconnect back with yourself. I know those sound like fluffy words, but when you journal, you need to be so honest with yourself that you stop fluffing. It's a really hard skill to master because when you've abandoned yourself so many times, you suddenly don't know how to listen to that voice anymore. But it starts with little things. For example, after an argument, I want you to question, did I say exactly what I wanted to say? Was there a part of me that still feels a bit of unease walking away from the conversation? Am I not happy with how it resolved? Did I have to accept their reality and accommodate their truth more than my own? Where did I listen to their truth more than I listened to my own truth? I want you to write all of that down and start questioning, where do I feel uncomfortable? Where did I let certain things slide in order to understand them more than I understand myself? And keep repeating that process and keep repeating that pattern until eventually, maybe, just maybe, you'll start realizing that you need to choose different partners.
Huh?
If you keep choosing someone that asks you to abandon yourself without acknowledging what you need because they keep prioritizing what they need over yourself, maybe something's wrong there. Maybe you need to, well, dump them first, and maybe you need to date more intentionally and actually choose people who are inquisitive of your feelings just the way that you're inquisitive of theirs.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Something to ponder on, you know? Yeah. It all keeps coming back to your people-pleasing mentality, babe. Sorry. I know it's shit having to work through all of that and now realizing that you're abandoning yourself. I want you to remember that the light at the end of this shit show of a tunnel that you now have to dig yourself out of is that you get to come back home to yourself. And you know exactly what I mean when I say that. That confidence, that spark that you had within you that suddenly died because you've been in this relationship for a little bit too long and you've kind of forgotten that it's happened, but something inside of you just knows it's not sitting right. Yeah, you lost yourself. You lost yourself. So dump him. I hope this video helped. It is hard being called out, I know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go watch some more of my videos, like and subscribe. Love you millions, and I'll see you again next week.